This is attempt number 3. Lucky last. Lucky last. See how we go. So we're just attempting just seeing what tier 14's like for anybody that's on the playback. I'll just try to bring up the stream. Ah, nah, rubbish. Still didn't work. Oh, that's sad. Why it's doing that? Oh, that's the background. That's the background. Yeah, it's it actually does look pretty crazy. I thought I'd do the background like that with just all the landmines, just crazy red spam. I honestly don't know why it's doing this. Normally I like if there's an issue in the bottom bar, it kind of shows something up, but it's just showing me nothing. Maybe YouTube just hates me today. Do we persevere and look through and view the stream through a potato? Yeah, it's the thing from the Halloween. It's the red thing from the Halloween. I was actually interested to see how far this tier 14 would go. I was like hoping I could get it to around 3,000 waves. This kind of setup seems to work, not great, but it seems to work okay with just the orbs not killing so much. I actually thought I'd spawn cap hard out, but I don't seem to spawn cap hard out. I got the CC. See, we can hold the boss there for a while. We're just lacking enough oomph, enough power. Let's see what the perk situation is looking like. Got all the damage, got all, looks like all the econ. Got that trade-off and that trade-off. That's what we're after. Hey boys, what's good? Boise, for some reason, we're streaming at Potato Pixels. We might just roll with it. And I'll just end up changing the title to it. I'll change the title to Potato Tournament stream. Ah, see that? Sneaky Ray got me. That's probably the biggest benefit of tier 14 with not killing things so fast with orbs, is also the biggest downfall. I don't generate enough or fast enough stuns, but it seems to be doing alright. I need a respec. I need to get out of here. Claim. Let's see what the battle conditions are. Armored enemies. Go. Tank's ultimate shouldn't be too bad for us, but the range ultimate. Enemy speed 20% faster. So what I might do is I might actually put a few clicks into. We've got orb resistance, so we could probably run Death Ray. I think the fastest speed and the armored enemies, I think that's going to be annoying. What I normally do is I'll leave the levels in the gun. I'll add in the ACP. I probably don't even need that many levels because I only need the orbs. So we'll see if we can pull some coins out of there. Skip. And then what do we need? Need 100 levels. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, get the orbs. Oh, that gave us next to nothing. I'll restore this. See how much coins we get out. Dim core, equip, boom, max. Oh, there's a few Q there. We'll get this one. Project funding. Sweet. So we got 11 Q to play around with. What did I say? I said Death Ray, eh? So we could... I want to just ditch Nuke. I always muck up the time for Nuke anyway. Alright, we've got enough room for cash. Slow. Crit chances in. See what we can do with the workshop. What's this at? 4,000. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just leave it there. One click there, one click there. That should be plenty good. Shockwave size, orbs. Yep, that's pretty good. Leave all this stuff locked. Enhancements, so we got 10Q to play around with. I like adding a little bit more cash. One more. One more. And then I would go orb size, but bro, you need so much coins in the orbs. So 1, 2, and then I might just even it out through here. I think like you're supposed to keep crit factor slightly ahead, but we're good. 400 trill. Wonder if we can get anything else. Yeah, that's good. What are we gonna need? Bit of shockwave size. And then I'm probably gonna do with some range. I think I generally put this on like 36. What's good, AI content? How are ya? Sweet, whatever. Let's see what that looks like. Why is that like that? There you go. Have a look. I think that'll do us. I think I've got modules set up. Oh. Oh bro, 60 trill off. Rats. Cool. I think we should be good to go. So, oh, that's right. Almost forgot. I'm going to take this thing off, eh? Actually, I'm going to take both of them off. Because I found the other tournament was spawning everything in. I think that's what. Orbs, speed. I hate armored. So I think we're just going to prioritize ranged. Probably just range and closest. What do we want? Range, closest. We'll see where that gets us. I can't help it, whenever I see anything like this, like up in that menu screen, I always have to hit it. You didn't think you'd see anyone stream this? There's actually quite a few people that stream it. Generally, depending on which part of the world you are, generally on the weekends. There's a couple during the week, but most of the time on the weekends. What country are you from? What country are you from, James? And I'll see if I know if there's anyone from your country. Most of the people are like American, but there's a few other streamers. Like stream milestones. What else do they stream? Milestone runs, mainly milestone runs and tournaments and that. And then we just sit there and kick back, and hopefully it doesn't pixelate out and go crazy. North America? If you're North America, there's heaps. There's heaps. Like I could probably name 6 or 7 off the top of my head, and that wouldn't even. Yeah, there's heaps of small content creators too that do progress updates, which I always enjoy because I remember what it was like when I was farming around those tiers and some of the big milestones that you hit, and I always enjoy seeing which direction that they went for opposed to the direction that I went. I went like probably the most chilled way, and then now I'm going for something a little different. So the last couple of days I've been farming tier 13. The run before was just tier 14. I'm thinking I can do two tier 13s in the day, a tier 14 in the evening, and then an overnight tier 13. Now, as far as what the workshop looks like to use free ups, I'm not really too sure yet. I still have to work that part out. I go in and out of playing this game, mainly switching between Revolution Idol. I think I played that. Yeah, this is one of those, because Revolution Idol's got offline as well, eh? I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna lie, the probably the red thing on the skin's probably it's probably a bit much. Kind of makes my eyes look a bit makes my eyes feel a bit hazy. That's us here, and yeah, go live for about 4 different streams going for the tournament. Yeah, there's quite a few people. It's real cool. It's real cool because it's not just. Obviously, you're predominantly talking about the tower, you know, especially around updates or post updates. And I did just get the update, so I switched from my cloud phone to this emulator, and I took the update, and bro, first thing that hits me is what everybody's talking about. Hit a scatter, explodes and just nukes like an energy shield and my wall. So scatters are always a problem, like every update, and then they make them a little bit better, and then they get worse, and I think it's just the mechanics of them spawning so many scatter babies. Happy Halloween! It was my daughter's, my daughter went to a Halloween party last night. I used to love Halloween parties, eh? Especially like when you finish up at the party and then you go down to the pub. And you look like a you look like a grown kid that you look like you're Peter Pan, like a kid that hasn't grown up yet. Blood painted all over your face, or I think one time I think the last time I went to the pub after a Halloween, I was dressed up as a Scotsman. We didn't get any trick-or-treaters, bro. Not gonna lie though, we haven't had trick-or-treaters in a while. Like, my house doesn't look like, if you knock on it though, I'd have candy. My house looks like if you knock on my door, I'll let the dog out to bite you. What the fuck are you doing knocking on my door, you little shits? But some people, like, it's not really a thing in New Zealand, but I think with the generation that's coming up now, like, my kids' generation and the younger ones under them, because of, you know, internet and everything, they see it happen overseas and they get right into it, eh? Which, like, you know, it's pretty cool. But it's nothing like in the US. You know, you guys would have houses on houses. Houses like every other house. Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going up with the stream. Hopefully it comes right next week. I'm actually hoping that the video, because I'll do a progress update tomorrow, I'm hoping that doesn't get all mushed up. So I think I'm right in the target priority. Just ranged and then closest. I don't really know what else to put it as. Just those two, I think. I'll tell you what's annoying me with Amp Strike, because like I don't do enough waves in tournament that I don't get the buff all the time. And it's like just that constant dipping down. I'm trying to think of what we would do for the next run if we were to try something else. I'm either thinking like either death penalty or potentially pulsar harvester. Like with the battle condition of armored enemies, let's see how many hits it is. First 20 hits are blocked. So I'm wondering if like in those first 20 hits if we can stack the debuff on it, if that's how it works. Or maybe it just doesn't work like that at all. But it'll be something fun. Our community went soft and now it's more trunk or treat. go to everyone's houses and knock on the doors, I know what you mean. Every year we get like candies and lollies though. Like we get, you know, all the gummies, all the lollies, get the packs and that, just in case. Like I remember one year we like, I don't think we had anyone, we had like one kid, bro, this kid would have been loving us. Here, take all of this. But not gonna lie, it just ends up being a snack bowl for us. Like with all the candy sitting by the front door, I just intentionally walk past that way, just so I can grab a handful. Do we peep our bracket? Just want to see if there's anyone I know. Shout out if you guys see anybody that you know. Nah, I don't recognize any of these monkeys. Right here we have 2 trick or treat days. One is a regular one and another at the square for a safe trick or treat. Where's the square? Do you have demon mode mastery? No, I don't. And I'm so far away from keys that if I did get demon mode mastery, it would unfortunately be stones that would just be, it'd pretty much just be dedicated for tournaments, since I mean without auto start it's no good to me in farming, otherwise I'd have to keep pushing it. I mean it may help, but I don't really think it'll be all. There's probably better ways, other masteries that I could get, like I could get intro sprint or something I'd much rather than it. But once I get, eventually probably in 2030, when I get to the stage of getting keys, it'll be the first thing that I get. Like as soon as I can get enough keys to get the auto demon mode, I will definitely save up and pick up that mastery. I tried a few builds this week. Square's just the center of town, has the courthouse and whatnot. What's a town to you in North America? Like a town to us in my country is like, I think maybe like 20, 30,000 and under we consider a town. I think for like a city, we consider like 100,000. That's kind of like, I'm just roughballing it. I don't know. Probably compared to most countries, our biggest city's probably a town. It's probably not even a suburb in a lot of the countries there where you guys are from. Oh, bro, the Death Ray's not doing anything because it's armored enemies. Bro. What if there's even point in having it on? I don't even know what else to put on though. Oh, look, the next comment. I think the Death Ray's no good for the armored enemies, yeah. I feel like I want to try, in the next run, try Pulsar Harvester. I want to see if that's going to make, if that's stacking, if it stacks while you're stripping the armor. About the same? Yeah, that's generally, like, my town's grown. Like, it was, I think it's over 20,000, and like, when I was a kid growing up, like, maybe 10, 12,000. But it's only growing, like, residentially, because the closest city next to us is, like, 100 and something thousand. It's about 15 minutes away, 10 minutes away. So a lot of it's, like, people trying to get out of the city, and the town's quite nice where I stay. Like, this town where I stay is so nice. It wins back to back, like, the cleanest, tidiest place in New Zealand. Like, I'll comfortably pay my taxes if it means they put a little bit more into services like keeping your town clean. Like, bro, when you go to the cities, bro, wow. Bro, I can't get over how fucking gross they are. Like, if you're not getting beaten up or stepped out from a 14-year-old homeless kid, you got something spit and spewing God knows what all over the sidewalk. Like, bro, last time we went up to the city, so our main city's like, I think 2 point something million. Auckland City, pretty sure it's like around 2 million. And we went out to town and that. I think we went out the first night, and we went to this place called Chicken and Beer. And Chicken and Beer, like, what a name, eh? What a combination. What a combination of champions. Deep fried chicken and beer. What more else do you need on planet Earth? So we did that and whatever. I was still a bit thirsty, and I didn't really like the beer at the Chicken and Beer place was like more on the craft side. And like, that's all good, like, to sip on craft beers. Like, I quite enjoy craft beers, but as far as like drinking on it, I was like, oh nah, let's find somewhere else. And then every like club or pub that we went past, it just looked seedy. I was like, I don't really want to go down here. So I see this dude walking down the street, right? He's like an Asian guy, maybe like an international student or some sort of businessman. And he's walking down the street. He's got his AirPods on. He's got this bottle of Jack Daniels. And he's walking down the street, and it just kind of catches my eye. I just see this 40 ounce in his hand. So I go to walk over. All I want to know is, where do you find the alcohol? Like, where the hell did you buy that? Because I'm looking everywhere. I can't find anywhere to buy alcohol around here. Because we just wanted to get some alcohol and go back to our motel, because the next night we were like planning to properly hit the town. So I go to walk up to this guy. I go, excuse me, mate. Hey there, excuse me. He kind of like, you know when you see someone and they do that thing like, are you talking to me? And they kind of push on their headphone, or, you know, they kind of move the earbud out of the way. He kind of gives me that kind of gesture. Then he like pushes on the headphone kind of thing. Turns and looks at me. And then he gives me this look like, don't talk to me. What the hell do you want? So he starts walking faster. So then I start walking faster. Like, I'm like, fuck that. You know, I already had a few beers on me. I was like, hey, where you going? So he's walking faster. And then I'm walking faster. And then we're like 1 inch away from running. Like, he's walking so fast and he keeps looking back at me. Like he's ready to wrap the bottle around my face. So I kind of give it a sharp little jolt, like enough where I like kind of launch at him, grab him on his shoulder, spin him around, and then he goes to hand me the bottle. So he's like freaks out, goes to pass me the bottle, and I'm like, bro, I don't want your bottle. I want to know where the hell you got it from. And then he just like, he's kind of cowered into this kind of corner, and he's like, he points that way, and I was like, oh, cheers, relax, dude. Why is so scary, eh? The world's not that deep, bro. So we turn, and we look to the direction that he pointed, and we kind of take a few paces down, and then we look, and then there's just this alleyway, and it's like this dark, dingy, like it kind of looked like we went from like a normal city, you know, dirty, drunk people everywhere, that sort of thing. You know, it's a Friday night, heaps of people are knocking off work and having after work drinks and stuff like that. And then we're like, look down this alleyway, you can just see there's a bunch of like clubs and all sorts of stuff, some you know, McDonald's, all these sorts of things. But it looked like it was Gotham City. Like, I was like, oh, bro. Like, you know, in like a Batman movie, and you see what a Gotham City looks like down those alleyways, where at the start of the superhero movie, the poor damsel in distress is running down this alleyway, and she's getting chased by like a criminal or something, and then Spider-Man comes out and saves her. That's like, it looked like that alleyway. I was like, oh no, what the hell? And just everybody down there looks so seedy. I was like, oh, do we have to go down there, really? So we all look at each other. Straight away, first thing you say to the girls, hold the handbags, tuck the handbag, you know. Don't like have it on one shoulder, like strap it over two shoulders. Alright, we'll go on first, just follow behind us. And we're just walking down there, there's like, first thing you see is like, there's like a couple pashing, there's like someone over in the corner like vomiting, it reeks like piss, and we're just like, oh mate, where the hell do we find this bottle store? And then we kind of see this little glimpse in the light. It's like the light at the end of the tunnel that we might get out of this clusterfuck of a situation just to get some alcohol. And then we see this light, and it's like, there it is, you know, it's like, there's the bottle store. So we gotta go over, and then we find out that the bottle store's the worst part of it. Bro, it was just like surrounded by street kids, little thugs, like it's like little gangs that are gonna like step you out when you get your piss. So like, oh, alright, you girls go over there, you stay over that part, we'll catch up with you. And then me and one of my bros, we had to push through it, and I was just like, oh bro, whatever happens, bro, like that's us, we'll sort it out. And like the guys were a bit odd. I could tell exactly what they were trying to do. First try to be your mate, then ask for some money, you know, then see if they'll be able to squeeze you out for something. But you know, we weren't having a bar of it. Then we get into the bottle store, and then getting followed around hard out from the clerk in there. And it was just this really weird vibe. But what we kind of picked up on, and because everywhere we went, everybody was going, where are you from? Where are you from? Like everywhere. Like we go to Chicken and Bear. Where are you guys from? We're going to the motel. Oh, you guys aren't from here. We're about to see you guys of the country you guys stay. You know, we see all these goons, these goony retards at the bottle store, and where you fellas from, bro? And then what we kind of clicked. I see the guy walking down the street. I just want to know where you get the bottle from, and he's running away from me. And it was about a day or so later, like we'll walk down the street, people cross the road. It's really, really odd. And then we worked out that the reason why everybody was asking us where we're from is because, so we're Māori, which Māori's like the native, I don't know, the native people of New Zealand, whatever. You know, in New Zealand, you got New Zealand European or New Zealand white people and New Zealand Māori, and we're like the brown people of New Zealand, and that is that all the other Māori that were in the city were all like either gangsters or homeless. And we were the odd ones out because we were like tidy. You know, you're going out to town, you're putting a collar on, you know, you're going around the place. And it's just like, oh, no wonder they know we're not from here, because we're not drunk, we're not like alcoholics and homeless. And it was just absolutely wild. There's just hundreds and hundreds of homeless Māori people everywhere. I couldn't believe it. Random question. Did you get to switch to Windows 11 and you still have Windows 10? Bro, I don't know. We switched to that at work. Nah, I don't think I have. We switched to that at work. Why is the OBS coming up red? Oh, I think it's to say that I'm streaming. Yeah, all the work switched. Palangi power. Bro, it was wild, bro. Like every club we went to, where you fellas from? How do you know we're not from here? Trust me, we know you're not from here. Where you's from? Right, wave 300. Can anybody tell me if the armored battle condition, if that applies to bosses or just to the mobs? I reckon it's going to give us a bit of grief with these tanks, eh? They're already tanky enough. Oh, look, if you look at the screen. Wait for it. I'll try pause it on it. Wait for it. Boom. Ah, look at my little not stun bot, ant bot. Look at the little ant bot. I don't even know why I got it, eh? I think I just got it out of boredom. I don't even know if it's enough to do anything. That was one hell of a story, bro. I just went off on a tangent there. Where did we start? We started from Halloween parties, eh? All of a sudden we end up to homeless bums and all the natives are drug addicts. Fuck. Right, wave 300. 300k. So that says chain lightning to be expected. But I reckon scatters are gonna ruin my farms now, because I'm on the version 3, well 1.3, whatever. Personal best, what is? $644. I can't remember what those battle conditions were. I should have got a good PB in this one here, this 567. But I kind of mucked it up, and then I just kept checking the tournament in case I needed to do a rerun. You know, not enough to get keys or anything, but I was a little bit worried that I was going to get demoted, eh? That's why I swapped around the chips on the Guardian. Because I reckon that had a massive part to play. Just spawning heaps of spawning mobs, and it's the ultimate weapons down. Chronofield drops, and then it's like just fucking ejaculating like 45,000 enemies out of the Guardian everywhere, and then boom, shotgun. And I was like, oh no, that looks like a demotion, bro. Like some poor Anyos underneath me, he was like, I don't know, 480, 500 waves or something, and he got demoted. Like, gutted. Did you listen to Spartan's reading on what's on the new banner? Nah, I did have a read though, and I've been scanning Discord and stuff. I've been scanning Discord and seeing everything. Probably like my biggest thing with the new banner is what's the orb line, or whatever they want to call those things, the neutron, or what's the line of those things that comes with the armor. And does it stack? I suppose that's the main thing I want to know. I could be sick for some blender builds. Like, if it's just slowly chipping down packs in your black holes for like farming and stuff. Like, I can see it being like super good. Give you enough time to tag everything with Death Wave and all of that. I don't think we're berserked up yet, eh? I'm kind of worried that I'm going to get some stuff sucked into the black hole, and I'm not going to be able to like nuke it down fast enough because of the battle conditions. Because what's it at now? 50 hits, bruh. I could probably move the orbs out a little bit more. Like there? Or there? We'll see with the next boss. I don't think the orbs are going to do anything to the mobs. I mean, probably even come back in one. There. Something like this. It's just starting to warm up in my country. The weather's still bipolar as though, being spring. But I had a good weekend this weekend because it's actually finally not raining for once. Right, here's the thing, because this is this not only is you know, heaps of male gamers and that, but I'd say probably fairly confidently that all of you fellas that are viewing are all males. But is it like this in your country, that when you mow your lawns, you're battling with all the other dads in the street? Like, have you noticed that if you crack some mean edges, some mean trimming of the bushes, as soon as you turn your mower on, it's like an unwritten rule that like all the dads in your street start battling the lawns. So I finally got my lawns because it's spring. It's like my area of the country. It's always raining in that. And like around this time, it's like you're like trying to mow mud. But I got a neighbor, and like I swear he gets angry when your lawns look better than his. Like, it's like if you mow the lawns, he'll run out with the mower and mow his lawns even lower. If you trim the edges, he'll be on his hands and knees like plucking edges to make his edges better than you. And it's like this infinite battle for the dads to have who's got the best lawns. Tell me it's like that. Tell me I'm not going crazy. Rappaport says, whose yard looks better? Most definitely. 100%. It's like the inner caveman, the primate in us is like, it's like the equivalent of 50,000 years ago who had the better cave. 100%, it's gotta be. Some guy sleeps under a tree. The next guy sleeps under a hut. Some guy finds like an area next to wind or like next to rocks and stuff. See there? I just got fucking nuked. Some guy finds an area where it can break the wind. The next guy finds a cave. The next guy finds a bigger cave. And it's like, now we're off to war. How dare your cave be better than mine? Like, it must be us, like, must be our primitive instincts. Like, hey, he's got the... Bro, you should have seen this, bro. So, I go to, like, our hardware store. Don't know what you guys have in your country. Over here, it's kind of like Bunnings, like these sorts of companies. I'm imagining, like, if you're in the States, it's like a Home Depot, you know, Walmart-y. Nah, not really like Walmart, but like Home Depot kind of company. So I go to one, right? We're looking for something. I can't remember what the hell we're looking for. And I see a weed sprayer. You know, the old weed sprayers, you pour your chemical in and you pump it up on the backpack and then you spray around your edges and that. Bro, I find one. And this is like years ago. This is like 3, 4, 5 years ago. I find one with a battery. Dads, unite. No longer do you have to pump the stupid little thing. You charge it up, you push the button, bro, it's pumping it for you, bro. I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely fizzing out. Got it straight away, got it. Charged it up. And this is like the inner primate in me. I waited till I struck out, and it was a day when there was the most people doing their yard, without a word of a lie. And I seen 2 guys doing their yard, and I ran out there with my electric weed sprayer and just toted it like it was a trophy. Like if we were the cavemen, it's like my club is way meaner than your club. And I went straight to the berm next to the curb, and that was the first part that I did, and pushed the button and as the pump's going, spraying. Tell me I'm not crazy, chat. Fam, tell me I'm not the only one that's that crazy. My club's better than your club. Oh, you's a wild. Wave 400. What do we reckon we're going to get? I'm hoping to get 500, but I've never had any good luck with, bro, not going to lie, I've never had any good luck with any battle condition. At the moment, I'm just trying to, like, comfortably stay in Legends and not get kicked out. Because the same amount of time that I can do, like, 2 runs, you know, like a bit of funsies in Legends, it's not even close to, like, 1 run in Champs. Bro, it's so... Champ runs are so long, bro. Uncle Fuds, release a new tier. They gotta do a new tier at, like... Because what's Champs? Because this says tier 14. I can't even remember what Champs is. Does it say tier 11? I can't remember. So what would you do the next tier? 16? 17? Or something like that? Slam them with a ton of battle conditions. Get the boss, get the boss. Oh no, we've been zerked. So 14 troll. Let's see how much chain lightning damage we got. So we can get 277 big Q. I think what's kind of holding us back from getting a little bit more damage is we're still only at mythic. Guys, Uncle Fuzz, you are killing me. Project funding's way off. Way off. 4 copies. I'm pretty sure 4 copies. I probably would have wrapped things up in this game before I've even got that ancestral, but the dim core has been 1 copy fucking forever, bro. We're doing alright. We'll soon know once we get to like wave 500. I want to see what the heat says. What do I want to look at? Armored hits 55. So I'm sure this applies to bosses. So is it the first 55 hits on a boss does knock? That's rubbish if that's the case. I mean, we're still getting through them alright. We'll just get to a stage where we'll need like elites to be spawning to try to keep the buff up from Amp Strike. And generally what I do is like after the end of the first run, I just see like what's the difference in between I try to count out how many people that I think that I'll get past, and if I feel like I'll get past, it's like we're cool. Like there's no need to. Like another run would just be like funsies, but I run like the same setup every tourney, like legit. So it's generally around this part is when I start struggling, when it starts hitting the big S. And that's not just in tourneys, that's farms too. Bro, how good would it be to have intro sprint mastery? Might try our luck after this. Try our luck and see if we can get a tier 18 hit. I tried like that space displacer build, like tier 12. And like, bro, tier 12's like, I reckon they've mucked it up, eh? Like, not gonna lie, like when they did that adjustment of tiers, where they made it too easy and then they've done something again, like it just, the scaling feels like so off. And I mean, it might have something to do with how I've set up my enemy level skips, but it just doesn't seem, I don't know, it's hard to put it. Like, especially around the health of the mobs. I did actually try a blender run in tier 13, like glass cannon sort of blender run. I got 40, oh, was it tier 12? Tier 13? I think it's tier 13, like perma black hole, that sort of buzz. I got the same waves that I do with BHD. Which is really wild. I feel like it has something to do with my shockwave. Like, I wouldn't mind one more ban. It's quite a price to pay though. Well, I suppose it's about just over half a day of farming, so not really. What is it? Recovery package. Free up 1.5Q for one more ban. And I mean, I suppose if it gives you like some coin increase or helps you with the strategy, it might be worth it. But I think as far as anything else that, because I'm thinking in the future too, that like for some sorts of setups, but it's all the stuff like landmines. What do typically people ban for certain builds? It's like range, bounce shot range, landmines, shockwave, that sort of thing. That's 4. Oh, and then the enemy level skips. So 4-5ish, maybe up the sleeve. Bro, that Ray was about to charge me. Mice Nuts, well Cloud, I'm in your guild made it to... I'm in your guild, made it to 516 on Legends tonight. Nice. Nice. That's typically, those sorts of waves, sees you kind of comfortably stay. Let's have a look. Oh, you are too. You've been in here for ages, eh? Bro, not gonna lie. I never use this chat. I'm so sorry, fam. I'm so, I normally use the Discord. Are you in the Discord, mice? We're gonna hit the 500. We are going to hit the 500. Yeah, I think I would use the in-game chat if it didn't pause your game. Like, I reckon nothing in here should pause your game. Like how you touch this tab, and you got the heat tab, and the game's still going. Bro, everything should still keep going. Or is that just me being fussy? You're not in the Discord? If you ever want to chat in that, jump in. Super helpful people, eh? Like, in the whole community as a whole. It's one of the only games with, like, PvP where, you know, PvP's tied to stones. Stones is a gated thing, either behind the paywall or behind tournament performance. And because time is such a big factor in the game, the fact that everybody's so helpful with PvP stuff, it's a good reflection on the community. You know, the type of community that plays this game. We're all geeks, fam. No matter how you want to paint it, no matter what you do, deep down, you're a bloody geek. The inner geek in you comes out in this game. Oh, we're doing alright. We are doing all good. We don't even have to do great. We just have to do better than the last person. That's all that matters. That's all that I'm ever concerned. That's like the anxiety of my tournament runs. Is just be better than the last guy. As long as, and when I'm saying last, I don't mean like in the bracket that gets you sent back to champs. I mean the last in staying. Which I think's what? Is it 26th or 24th or something like that? As long as I beat that, I'm cool. I don't care what position I get. I just have to beat that. Those bloody scatters. I reckon the scatters are going to ruin my farms tonight. I couldn't believe how one of them just like exploded on me. Like none of the other scatters in the run were doing that. As soon as I hit the update, because it wouldn't let me play it on here unless I updated. What did we do there? Did we hit a Death Defy? Death Defy, fan. Uncle Fudz is on our side. I lurk around listening and learning. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm like that too when I watch people's streams and that. I just play it and then go about my day, whatever I'm doing. Sometimes I'm at work and I'll be doing something. But I got one of my work colleagues, so the other guild member, who'll be listening in at the moment. Am I looking at the wrong spot? Excel Daily. Sometimes I'll just ring them up at work and we'll just talk about the tower. Or I'll get sick of doing something, or somebody will frustrate me. Because, you know, we're dealing with hundreds of people in this factory. And, you know, sometimes somebody does something, or one of your team members does something, and it pisses you off. And rather than lose your shit and go all primitive on them. I'll just disappear. I'll go off to Excel Daily's department and just talk about the tower. just like refresh my brain. And then get back into the fight. Back into the good fight. My thought says, I am 1,000 stones away from the last ultimate. Bro, massive. Absolutely, congratulations. Not sure if it's the best choice to finish ultimate weapons or card masteries. I chose to finish ultimate weapons off. You have a lot more self-control than me. I picked up a few along the way. I couldn't fathom the thought of going months. Like, when I first worked it out. It was like so many months. And I've still got 2 to go. So all I've done is just procrastinate the death crawl that I have to do. But I just got this last CF stuff. And the reason why I'm going CF is because for the next build that I want to do in farming, I need maxed out CF slow. And then it'll also help in tournaments. So for me, it's a win-win. If it helps me hang around in Legends and not get demoted, then it's a win-win. And then I'll get to GT and then get a big boost in the econ. I was going to go smart missiles next, and I think that's generally what people do. And that's just have spotlight missiles, just a bit of amp, bit of extra damage in that. But what I am going to do is I'm actually going to go. I was convinced. It was either one of the other streams or in one of my videos where somebody said just go poison swamp, and just, even though the poison swamp will be weak, the chance of getting an extra stun off, especially if you're like in some sort of glass cannon build, probably outweigh the smart missiles. And I never really thought about it like that. And I'm glad that comment was made, because that's the direction that I'm going to go, just to try to get some slows and stuns. I'm not putting no stones into it though. So even if it's like at my tower's wall range or whatever, look, it might come in handy once or twice and we'll just roll with it. Smart missiles is my last one to get. Oh, yep, so you went Poison Swamp first too. Yep, that's what I wanted. Oh, like first out of the last ones. I finished maxing my Chrono Field, then after I just started saving. That's exactly what I'm doing, bro. Unagi fam. That's what I'm doing. Bro, we're doing alright. We're gonna hit 600. Bro, we're doing all good. Is that 600 waves or whatever? I won't do a rerun. I won't put you through that, because that's what, already an hour. Oh, this is where the tanks. This is when you're praying for like elites to come in that, because the tanks just start clogging up. Oh, the ant bot. Now, is there anybody who's watching, is there some sort of trick with Antbot? Like, are you supposed to do it on some sort of specific cooldown or anything, or some sort of sync? Or do you just go all in on it? Because I feel like I'm not necessarily done with my Wave Accelerator Mastery, but I'm happy with where the Wave Accelerator Mastery is now. Anything else than that, like if I put another level in it, I'm only changing the spawn by like 200 waves or something. Like the sheer quadrillions, is it quadrillion? Quadrillion, quintet, yeah. The sheer quadrillions that I have to put in just to get max spawn rate a couple hundred waves earlier, I'm not ready for that yet. I'd rather put it into my workshop. That's kind of what I'm trying to do at the moment. Yeah. Oh, you don't have rare package chance mastery. Rappel says, yeah, I'm in a weird spot currently. Get one of 3 choices. Get perma black hole, up the duration and lower the cooldown to around 1 minute. Or C, get the last 2 ultimate weapons. Do you know what they call that? And like I've been experiencing it for like the last month or two. Is it choice paralysis? It's choice paralysis, eh? It's like, do I get a mastery? Do I invest more into Spotlight? I know what the real answer is. And the real answer is I need to go for GT Plus. Especially if I'm going to transition into a damage build. Just because of the overkilling. That at least the overkilling counts for saying. I need to go GT Plus. Oh, you've got the stones. Bro, if I had the stones on me right now, I would, and I had the, like, anything, regardless of how my masteries were, my ultimate whip, anything was, boom, I'd go straight for GT Plus. Straight up. Straight up. Hey boss, I'm bouncing in between champions and legends, and still do not have Chronofield. Do you think I should save up for Chronofield for the legends? So the general consensus that people say is you need a strong Chronofield for legends, which is true, like, you know, to get anywhere in legends. But I've seen other players go a different route, and then they just avoid CF altogether. So pretty much stay in champions, stay in legends purely through raw damage. So it's completely up to you. But I feel like the difference in between me bouncing in and out was investing like 3,000 stones into CF. I feel like that's what kept me in, because nothing else I was doing was helping me stay. It didn't matter how much coins I was making, what I was investing in workshop, what I was labbing, nothing was helping me stay until I got to about 50% slow. And then I started, like, you know, instead of bouncing after a Legends tournament, start staying 1 or 2 here and there. And then we haven't demoted for a couple weeks now, and I feel like it was CF. But the only alternative other than that, I think, is to just go raw damage. So if you're not going the CC route, or a balance of CC and damage, I think the general consensus is you can, what do they call it? You can just like force your way through with just a lot of damage. But it depends what that source of damage is. Like, where you're gonna get that source of damage. Like, is it Chain Lightning? Are you gonna make Chain Lightning be like at 2,000 or 3,000 damage? Like, that can be done. The only problem with that is that it becomes absolutely useless for farming. Like, completely useless until you have either a damage slider, or until you're mucking around like hand picking like the overkilling will be absolutely insane. And if your labs or workshop is quite low, it might be fine. But then once those catch up, having a Chain Lightning that strong without a damage slider or anything like that, woo. Bro, did we just death-defy that? We just death-defied that. We're going for a record. Oh no, get the Ray, get the Ray, get the Ray, get the Ray. Did we get it? Fucking got it, fam. I'd get your cooldowns down lowered, and this is the first thing. I would get Black Hole, GT and Death Wave to 50, 100 seconds and 100 seconds. Then CF max, and then save for the rest of the ultimate weapons. Anorna says, good luck, bro. Good luck to your tournament too. Good luck to your tournament too, Norna. Thanks for tuning in. So it says, honestly, I think CF is overrated. It's great in Legends up till Fleet Spawn, and then that's around 880. So Fleet spawning around 880, that means I should be sweet until 2028. When is it my turn to see those waves? Alright, we might get a PB. We're gonna get a PB. Very nice. I reckon these tanks are gonna be annoying. We need like some elites to start spawning. The only good thing with Tank Ultimate is that with all the tanks hanging around, you get like heaps of chain lightning throwing off it. I'm gonna get slingshot soon. Bro, look at all of the mobs around the tower. Bro, that's insane. Bro, I can't believe we're not getting chipped yet. From all those ranged. So this is generally how I feel when I get a tournament run. If I do really good, so like at the moment I'm going to get a PB. If I do really good, it means it's easy conditions and it means everybody does good. So I still end up getting the same placement. Watching your tail live is immediately satisfying. Thanks. Thanks for the comment. It's got to be the commentary, eh? It's got to be the yarns about chasing down a random Asian in the main city before going to Gotham to buy alcohol. My stat says I'm going for GT plus 6, then CF plus 4, then Masteries. Is that the general point where people take GT plus before they go to CF? Like around 6? I haven't even like looked into any of those sides of things yet. It feels so far away. When I get closer to it, I'll start looking in the end of the strategy. But we're still hanging in there, fam. The minute though I get chipped by a range and it shuts down your tower. The minute I get chipped, I feel like it's game over. I'll lose like all of my energy shields. Oh look, energy shields are out anyway. I think this is a personal best. GG's. Zorg says, nah, I took my GT Plus to 10 and then stopped for a bit. Wow, how much does level 10 cost? Is that the same price as some porcelain veneers? Because you get the unlock price and then you get the upgrade price, eh? But I tell you what I am going to do. Like, sooner than what I see other people, is I'm going to go for the inner landmine plus build. Like, that's my target build for what I want to aim for. Like, I think people normally go GT, boom, see, just like that. I knew that was going to happen. I think people normally go GT plus, CF plus, Spotlight plus. What do they do after that? Chain Lightning plus, maybe? Something like that. I'm going to go GT plus, CF plus, Spotlight plus, and then Inner Landmine plus. I'm going to go for an Inner Landmine build. But I was watching one of the guys on Reddit or Discord or something like that, and like it just looks sick. I don't care how inefficient it is. $1,500. Oh, that's not bad. For GT plus 10, $1,500. That's not bad. That's about what? 3 weeks of tournaments? That's I thought it was actually more than that. Zorg says I'm at GT 13 now, and there's 15 levels. Mike says, what's the Inner Landmine plus build? It's basically like the post that I read. It's basically using the damage from Chrono Jump, I think is what they call it. Like, you know, Black Hole Plus is like Consume or whatever they call it. Well, for the Inner Landmine Plus it's Chrono Jump, which basically anytime a landmine goes off, it like amps it up. And then, so as the splash damage is hitting everything, you're getting like multiple amps and all sorts of stuff. There's a bunch of crazy Death Defy. There's a bunch of crazy calculations and stuff out there, which is pretty cool. But I think that's the direction that I want to go. So I think people will do like Poison Swamp, and then they'll go that direction. I think that's kind of the direction that people will go, and then they use the CF plus to push into the poison swamp and so on and so forth. But I think the route that I'm gonna go is the inner landmine plus. It's pretty cool if you look up like if you just Google like inner landmine plus build or inner landmine build or the tower, something like that, you'll see it. It's pretty cool. And he's got some videos too. Look, we've lost everything now. We've just got wings. We have just got wings. Yeah, just the concept of it, like it's super stone heavy, but I'm sure like everything, like when guys are normally talking about investing and stuff, they're seeing it like from the perspective of where they are. Like the original poster for it says, this is when you're at the point where you've done all your other core purchases. So all your other core investments are already done. And then this is when you're going for that in-game damage build in that. But I'm pretty sure like there's stuff that you can pick up along the way that can help. There's like a few considerations. Like one of the things was you need a decent black hole. Like you're gonna ramp up so much damage from inner landmines in that. And there goes wings. Make sure we get the demon mode on time. Yeah, he talks about like you're gonna ramp up so much damage from the inner landmines and that ideally you want a really good black hole uptime. So he talks about rolling substats and all sorts of things, but the videos that he posts one like as a typical farming build, just spamming inner landmines, and they're just like amping up damage, and then he shows like a example in tournament. Bro, we full on just hit a PB. Thanks to you guys. If y'all weren't here, we would have died a couple hundred waves ago. Got a few cheeky death defiers in there though. What do we get? 6. So it's basically like 6 energy shields. And I don't even have the subs. And I don't even have the substat on, fam. So again, like I say, if the tournament's easy for me, it means it's easy for everybody. I always think about it that way. Well, I need an elite, otherwise I'm not going to be able to kill these. I'm not going to be able to kill all these tanks. Bro, look at all those ranged. If we can get this boss while we're in demon, boom, instant clear them out. Oh yeah, and then we've got the scatter. You see how much they shotgun in? What the hell's going on? How many hits do they take? Armored 80 hits. What the? Bro, we're killing it. We got the wall. Oh, get the boss, get the boss, get the boss. No. Come on, landmines. And that's all she wrote. Yay. Some dude named Pristine on Reddit, the inner landmine build's pretty solid. Yup, that must be the person. So the path would be GT plus, CF plus, then inner landmine plus. I'd probably still do the spotlight plus, because I think everybody says it's just so impactful. But like, we're also talking like, when I'm saying all this stuff, because I don't even have GT plus, and hopefully I have it at the start of like next year, somewhere in the first months. But I'm also like, we're talking like at the end of next year it'll take me to get enough stones for that sort of stuff. My son says congratulations Cloud. Cheers bro, cheers. Snap keys maybe? Oh, I like to be hopeful, but yeah, definitely not keys. But in tomorrow's update video we'll be able to see where everybody places. Yeah, I think at 700 waves we should be alright there. I don't have to scan everybody's names, but if you do see somebody in here that you know, shout them out in chat. Might see one of your homies. Boom. That's a wrap, fam. So now we go back to our setup. Generally what I do is I do a respec first. So I go respec and then I do the modules. Because I've found like in the past I've like mucked it up by not doing my modules first. Max that. And this. Space displacer. I did actually go back this week to like Orbliss and that. Orbliss, Orb Devo. Having a super chill time. But now I will be just having a play back in the Glass Cannon kind of setup. What do I want to take off? I take off Ultimate Crit, put in cash. Boom. Alright, time to do the workshop. Now, I am going to do my workshop slightly different. I'm going to... Don't need to lock that. Where's the lock gone from that? Did I put it in Shockwave? This is the problem when I play around. Yeah, that's locked. Oh yeah, that's locked. So I'm actually going to go attack speed, crit chance, multi-shot targets. These two? I'll leave that. And then in a day or two, I'll figure out how many levels I'm thinking in damage. I'm thinking like 500 to 1,000 to play around with. But I'll see where it goes. Actually, I might put it in now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then I just keep tweaking it. But what I'm kind of doing there is like to run the... To kind of devo my damage a bit, I do actually want some levels in there though, just the same as I do want some levels in my health. Just to sponge the first couple hits, otherwise I have to have more damage off the bat, and if I have more damage off the bat, it means I'm doing more trimming, and sometimes more trimming than I want to be doing. Do that. And some regen to regen up the wall. So it's like, I am doing Glass Cannon like, as far as, or I have been the last couple of days, doing Glass Cannon as far as sorting out my build, but fuck, I'm like fully losing my train of thought. I'm just talking for the sake of talking. I'm trying to focus because I don't want to waste gems on a respec. I don't know, I'll just lock in for a second, fam. I'll lock in and I'll just explain what I'm doing. So I set these down. What I am going to do is I have the last 2 rounds, I want to say, of this kind of setup. I found that locking Shockwave and actually running a shorter Shockwave is a little bit less coins, but I generate more stuns. So it's kind of like a either either. So go radius, Death Defy. I mean, I could let War Rebuild just get taken up by free ups. And then a little bit of War Health. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's a bit more than what I wanted to spend. And then this tab. Just go through, max it all. Boom, 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 boom. I could probably just leave those skips. Yeah, I'll just leave those actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. And with some change, I'm actually going to put some levels into that. So we'll get back to that. Go to my enhancements. This is where I'm going to start putting some coins. So I figure the more damage that I get, So I'll find the point where I tweak my starting damage in here, like these sorts of tabs, because this is exactly how I was like with Orbliss. Started this at like 2000, heaps of these gold blocks, and then in time I like slowly started leaving them at 0, and then to the point where I'd had too much damage and I started unlocking the rend armor to swallow some of the free ups. But every time I make an adjustment, I like see how it goes first. Like, I don't really judge it on one run, and I'm sure most of you guys are the same. And I don't mind. These are cheap anyway. But I do like starting with a little bit of health. And eventually we'll go into this, but I feel like you need heaps of coins in the orb size. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to start pumping this up too. 1, 2. So I think we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Alright, I got 10Q here, so I'll muck something up. What have I mucked up? I've forgotten something. I think it must be this. Yeah, it must be levels in this. Still got 4Q. Bro, where am I? What did I forget? Did I change the lab? No way I still have 4Q. It must be... I reckon it's the enhancement tab. I reckon it's this. Yeah. I think that's what it was. Sweet, quick catch up on chat. Sorry fam, I was locking in there. Congratulations Cloud, nice work. Yo Clouded, has the scatter bug affected your farming runs? Bro, I was talking about that earlier. So, I was on Cloud Phone. I was doing a tier 14 run. I was on the Cloud Phone. Everything was going good. I switched to the Cloud Phone on here. It looked a bit weird. So I was like, oh damn. Alright, well what I'll do, I'll swap to the emulator just so the graphics look a bit better for you guys. Didn't really turn out well because the stream was all pixelated, but it wouldn't let me open it. I couldn't figure out what it was, and it was forcing me to update. So look, is what it is. Took the update, whatever, jumped into the run. As soon as I hit like the first scatter in the farming run, it like exploded and like teleported to my tower. And I was like, oh no, this is going to be a rough run. So it's going to be exactly the same, I feel, for like every scatter. Like even those ones in tournament, they look like they're a bit of a pain. So I'm not farming tier 14 for anybody that's watching. I'm just, this will just tie me over until I start my night run. So a couple hours of getting some coins in here. But I found if I start like in tier 14, I have to start my damage at like level 4000. Like I'll probably end up dying too soon because I won't be making enough cash to level that up. Especially if I get a bad run of perks. What about yourselves? What version are you guys on? I know everybody was saying don't update it, but it locked me out. I had to. Ryan had to end his live because it wouldn't update for the tournament. Wild. That's annoying. It's just, yes, everybody update. Die to scatter babies. So I'm gonna see if at 500 levels if it's enough for me to push through with cash. I don't think it is. But like if I set it at 4,000 and I gold box like bounce shot and all this other stuff, just 4,000, leave like damage per meter open, that sort of thing. Leave the super crits in that open. I was on a roll at the start of the stream. I reckon the scatters are going to be annoying. Especially if you're a min-range farmer. If you're not a min-range farmer, you're going to be fine. Most likely. I haven't farmed at normal range for quite some time now, so... But if you're a min-range farmer, and you're not an EHP farmer, the scatters are probably going to be annoying. But I think some people that are playing hybrid and stuff were saying that the scatters are teleporting inside their tower, and that's annoying when that happens. What I do need to do is I'll have to update my cloud phone now. Let's have a look-see. What do you guys use? Are you guys on emulators, cloud phones? Search it up. The tower. Oh, and it's the forced update. Oh well, that's what it is. Oh, here's it for you bigger guys, because you guys have been playing for, you guys are at a good level. What's a good orb size? So when you're like this, I'll try and draw a picture. So you're like this. Here's my tower range here. Draw it around like this, and then at min range, the center of the black hole's like somewhere like here. What size orbs do you have, or what size orb would it be to be able to nick, like if the mob's like stuck in here, we'll use over here for example, if the mob's stuck in here, for the orbs to actually be able to connect with it as they pass through. Like I feel like you're going to need like chunky as orbs. Robin says BlueStacks, even though everybody seems to hate on it, I've used it for years now, no problem. Yeah, I used BlueStacks for a long time. I used LD Player, and then I noticed like I used to get like mad, I don't know what they call it, packet burst, I don't know what the hell it was, like only whenever I played some sort of Devo build where I'm hoarding. And then I went to BlueStacks and it just performed better, and then now I use like MSI Player, but for day-to-day driver I'm using a cloud phone. Like I just rent a cloud phone each month. Robin says orb size not really worth before at least 40 to 50, but the bigger the better. I currently have 70. I feel like 40 to 50 is bloody expensive. 1.6 was a decent sweet spot to me. I wonder if we can look that up. Is this the part where it's in giant queues? Let's have a look-see. What are we? Tower.tools? Let's break my heart. Let's look at something that I'll never be able to afford. I'm pretty sure they got a workshop calculator in here. Workshop calculator. I agree, fam. Oh god. Oh, there's enhancements. So you said 1.6. Defense. Orb size. Target. Target value is 1.6. $87Q. 75Q. So I actually thought it would be a big Q. But you also said 40 to 50. So I'll see it at the smallest. We'll see it from the 40 range. 2.3 Q. That's not bad. So right in the middle would be 10Q. Even 10Q's not bad. Like once you inject that cash, that amount of coins into your workshop, it's there forever. It's yours to keep. Report says I use MSI Player. That's what I'm on at the moment. Small queues. Yep. MSI is exactly the same as BlueStacks, same layout, everything minus the ads that BlueStacks runs. Oh, it's got those cringy as ads on the side, Robin says I disabled the BlueStacks ads. Haven't seen them in years. Meister says I run mine on Aldi Player, then use Google Chrome. Yeah, I did that for a longest time. Used remote access, but just having my PC on for so much, Brian, I just get covered in dust all the time, just from constantly being on. Should we see what our placement is? Alright, we're definitely not staying in 10th, but so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So move 5 spots down. But I'm fairly confident we're going to stay. Bro, imagine if I got kicked out at 700 waves. Hey, not sure if you'll believe me, but my guildie is a playtester for the new updates. He mentioned in Discord to start working on Cache Labs. Bro, I actually have been working on Cache Labs. And that is mainly to make my runs more AFK. Now, if you're asking, how does it make it more AFK? It's kind of like if I start a run, I can just like pump up the enemy health level skips, let the free ups take over the rest of my stuff. And I actually got my cache to level 50. But I tell you what, I'll swap it out just for you. I'll put it back in. I don't even know if I'll be able to afford these 4x labs with the way I've been farming lately. So we're going to start running out of cells soon. How do you stream OBS? I don't even know. I'm assuming you're using OBS to record, Repapor. So I don't know. It just says a stream button on it. I think I downloaded OBS. After I downloaded it, I looked up like the most basic guide for settings. Like do this, set this to this. I looked for the most basic one. I wasn't going to go super deep into it. It's just something literally to screen record. Because prior to that, I was screen recording off my phone. Which everyone liked, because I got one of those notes with the pen, Samsung, and people liked it, scribbling all over the screen in there, and that's why I kind of carried it on when I moved over to recording on the PC. And then yeah, it's just got a record button and a stream button. I'm sorry I can't be much help. I'm getting at least 3rd place, currently running my tourney. Nice. Congratulations. Congratulations, that's massive. Gildy said either mid-December or mid-January the next date. And he said the new cache thing is awesome. Me. Couldn't spoil anything more than that. Nah, totally understandable. Totally understandable. Yeah, for me, cash is like, I treat cash like quality of life. Like just being able to buy workshop stuff as soon as possible at the start of the run. So like, let's say I wake up at my day, kill my overnight run, start up my next run, and I want to get my enemy level skips as fast as I can, and then leave the phone. Is the new cash bot worth it? Oh, bro, thank you for saying that perfect comment. Shit. Get 23. Fully forgot to do that. Bro, if you didn't say that, I would have missed it. Sorry, the Guardian. I like it. So I've synced it with my Goldbot. And I think there's like something else if you have GT Plus and all that other thing. And people much smarter than me crunched out some numbers as far as being optimum. But I've just set it at a 2-to-1 sync with my Goldbot. And even though it might hit a black hole that doesn't take it to the Goldbot, it's still, regardless, it's still going off during the ultimate weapon sync. So, to me, it's good. Yeah, it's good. I've got max duration. Here's my one. Where is it? Max duration and then synced up. And I just put the cash bonus because it was cheap. It was only 100 bits. And there always is the option to respec. Mice Nuts, do you have GT Plus? If so, got a 30% coin increase. Yeah, and that's just being able to, because you're able to slay a butt ton of enemies. Forgot to change the skin as well. I should have changed my theme. But I was so glad you commented about that. So you can see it there. See it spawning it in. We'll do it in the next activation. I'll try to pause it. We'll try to highlight it as, where is it? So here's the Guardian here. Follow this Guardian. It's over here now. Watch it spawn them in. Boom. So the good thing is they spawn right there, so it's less time to travel. If you're doing a hoarding strategy, you can run into a problem of spawn capping. That's the thing. Just make sure you're set up in a way where you can slay them as much as you can. Like, you do sometimes get annoying ones, like it spawns them like in a protector, and that's annoying. If you're not set up to kill protectors fast, it ends up just spawn capping you, stuff stops spawning in, all that other carry on. So there's a few things like that, but I think in a general sense, so this is without GT Plus, because, you know, I don't have GT Plus, but you see it spawned right there in the black hole. That was like a perfect one. Spawned in the black hole, spawned in the gold bot. That's like exactly where you want it, but you won't always get it there, is what I'm trying to say, but at least it's in sync with your ultimate weapons. Yeah, if you sync it, it's good without GT Plus, but if you can't sync it, it's trash. Yeah, that's what I would assume, Robin. That if you can't get the sync, it's probably just a waste of time, but if you get some sort of sync, you're good. Guilty didn't get anything out of it because he couldn't sync it. He needs to lower his econ cooldowns more to do a 1-to-2 ratio. Yep. So my sync's at 65 seconds. So all I had to do for me was just drop this cooldown to 135, so 2-to-1 sync. MySnut says, I have enough coins into fetch to hit my rewards, then heavily invested into bounty. How's bounty going? There's someone else in our guild that does bounty as well, or did bounty. I can't think of who it was, can't remember. Shit, mind blanking. I think it's... Oops. Who else was that? Yeah, Immedius. Went heavy into bounty. I never really went into it. Like, I think we all went into that chip as it was the only chip that was available in Season 1. But once after they released Fetch, yeah, I think I've just been dumping everything into Fetch. So, I think that's us, fam. Good tourning. Let's see if some other people are still moving around. Bro, you can't tell me these guys. No way these guys are finished. No way. They might end up doing reruns. Like, if you're doing a wave that's like, oh yeah, see, this guy's still going. Yeah. Going for days. Oh, Glenn Finnegan. Yeah, I don't even know why I got Antbot. I think I literally got it just out of boredom. It was like one click into, I don't know, what was it, the bonus in the gold bot. Or unlock and put a few clicks into the Antbot, and I was just like, I'm just gonna buy it. Just because why the hell not? My last tier 11 run went for 10,000 waves at 490 trillion coins. That's huge. Coins and bounty gave me 1.7 trillion. Not so much. The hard thing about it is the way that they've set up the stats in that is it's hard to kind of figure out the contribution of everything. Maybe what you could do is do one run with it and one run without. And then see if or try to get two runs that are fairly similar as far as perk choices go. You know, like roughly, like, even though it's RNG with the perk choices, you might say, have XYZ perks unlocked by Wave 2000 or something. And then you're going to be somewhere in the same ballpark with a slight difference. And then see how much difference it makes. Is your bounty synced with anything? Oh, I think there's this, merge modules. I've already done it. I can't wait to see what the new module is. Cool, what I do have to do though is I need to get ready for dinner. Yeah, I think some people run it in some sort of sync. Yeah, again, I'm not too sure. I'm just saying things for the sake of saying things. I never invested in it, so I wouldn't be able to compare it to anything. But what I am going to do, fam, is I'm going to thank you dearly for tuning in. Been working on targets. That's expensive. Almost done with 7. Yeah. Because it goes target, cooldown duration. Oh no, target, cooldown, and bonus. That's the settings. But I do have to shoot off, fam. So thank you guys so much for tuning in through the 4 different streams, and we still didn't manage to get the stream to come up in good quality. But you guys persevered. We got a personal best. Pretty massive. 716 waves. Thank you guys for tuning in. So, if you like what you see, you know the drill, fam. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you can see when the next video is coming out, which is tomorrow. And as always, keep it cloudy, fam.